that's plain. Right, going, that's plain. Good gracious. That's Ruth, that's your mother. That's your mother, that. They were all in the sea with me.
Oh, is that why they're all sort of
looking
wet?
That's Mark, look, and the colour of the
seawater.
Well, I had them in a holder.
Yeah.
Holder in waterproof thing at the time. Doesn't do to mention the names of the ships though.
So you just sailed over to Nova Scotia? You'd actually sailed from England to Nova Scotia?
No, there was eight ships. I can't think of all the names. One was the Boston, one was the New York, Yorktown.
So it's New York and Yorktown.
Well, we left New York and we came round the coast first for Boston.
Yeah.
From Boston we came to Halifax and we sailed from Halifax.
What were you doing, picking up food for England, was it?
No, we weren't picking up nobody. We Lakeland ships. We had to be over before September, otherwise you just turn turtle.
Right.
Only shallow bottom.
Right.
Lakeland ships. Only shallow draft.
Yeah.
We had to be over before September, otherwise you just turned over.
Oh, right.
So we left 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We ran into a pack of subs that spotted us and chased us. At midnight, the troop convoy passed out.
Yeah, and of course the subs were gone then.
And they were chasing us.
So they
passed out at midnight and came across without one night's disturbance. In the meantime, they'd sank the Boston and the Yorktown, and in the bargain they sank the HMS Veteran, the destroyer. Yeah, there were two destroyers we had, the HMS Bannock and the HMS Veteran. They sunk that, and they sunk the New York. I was the only survivor off the New York. There was another one. He belonged to the Royal Navy. Automatically he was kept on the other ship, the Bannock, when I was released. He had to stay on it.
Yeah.
I never got to know where he lived.
Yeah.
I lost track of where he lived.
Do you remember what his name was?
No, I can't think of his name. If I'm not mistaken, he was Scotch. He was a Scotch chap.
So you were a ship's carpenter?
A ship's carpenter.
Basically. So anything that sort of needed repairing, that was down to you?
Oh, well, they know that. Whoever listens to it, the ship's carpenter.
Yeah.
You have to take the soundings on the ship, and you've got the lifeboats to look after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when when your ship went down, did you have time to get into lifeboats and things, or did it go down fairly quickly? Or?
I don't know. I was we were loading a boat, and the second torpedo hit us, and I was
two torpedoes
thrown in the water.
Oh right, so were you knocked unconscious then or anything?
No,
you were just over the side.
Over the side, you soon come to in the water.
Yeah.
But lucky enough, I had my life belt on, and on the life belt is a whistle. I had a torch in my hand. I thought myself, when I threw his over onto that, I'll let it go. So that's at the bottom of the David Jones locker.
Yeah.
But I got my feet wet. say. I was finally picked up by another destroyer. I didn't mention how long I was on the raft. 3 days. I told them I was picked up soon after.
What, 3 days on what? A raft, was it?
Yeah.
Just like one of those
Oh, right, yeah.
things that floats, basically.
Oh, right.
You used to have them on the
There's a
floats on the side of it.
there's an hollow in the centre,
Yeah.
and there's a trap door you can open, and you can get a little drop of water with a container, and you can get a few dog biscuits out.
Yeah, ship's biscuits, yeah.
And you have to make sure you put the fastener back on there in case it turns over.
Oh, right.
And if it turns over, you can still open the other side. There's a trap door you can open on the other side.
Yeah.
Hey?
And were the 2 of you on that raft?
There are 2 of them.
2 of you?
Yeah.
And everybody else lost their lives, did they?
Oh, well, I take it that you're not supposed to talk about it. I take it the commander of the destroyer stuck his neck out and was picking survivors up.
Yeah.
Because where did the people go off all our lifeboats?
Yeah, so somebody went and basically picked a few people up.
With that, he got it.
And that was the HMS
Veteran.
Veteran. So you don't know if anyone was then picked up from the Veteran?
No, nobody knows. In the paper, they lost life.
Everybody, yeah.
All down on the paper.
Yeah.
300 and 400 men on that boat.
So who picked you up eventually?
Well, the other destroyer, the HMS Bannock,
The Bannock.
came back out looking to see if we could find anyone. We were the only ones.
And there were 3 of the merchant vessels down.
Going conscious, you just fall asleep.
So this was you only sort of a few hours outside of Halifax, were you?
No, we were 3 days out.
3 days out.
3 days out. We got sunk on the 25th of September 1942. I mean, when I was in the water floating around, there was hundreds of men floating around, and the next morning there wasn't a one to be seen. Gone. Oh well.
Anyway.
Thank the Lord I made it. I only had your mother at the time.
Yeah.
And
so were you when you came back? Were you in the hospital or?
No, they never even. Nobody sent me to the hospital. An engineer belonging to the company. They must have radioed from the destroyer that they had a survivor, and one of the engineers from the company came down the coastlines, came down and picked me up and drove me right up to Louisa Street. And he said, go on, he said, you better get in to see the missus. And all I was in was rags and tags, a survivor's kit.
Yeah.
All I had, nothing fit me, it was too tight. Well, the wedding suit that's in David Jones' locker. Chap measured me up for that wedding suit.
Yeah.
He went to the same school as us. He served his time in the tailor.
Yeah.
And when I went to Burton's, believe you me, he picked the best cloth, and he treated me well. He measured me up. But that particular suit. Yeah, he went to the same school. In fact, I'd no need to have gone in the first place.
You didn't have to go to sea.
I didn't have to go. I was on essential work.
Like it was like an occupation you didn't have to...
I didn't have to go as Merchant Navy.
Yeah.
But we were short of carpenters at the time, and I felt I wanted to do me bit.
Yeah.
The two nephews were one in the Air Force, one in the Army, and I felt I wanted to do with me bit.
Yeah.
And I went away to sea. But that was my third trip and my last.
Yeah. So you've done backwards and forwards 3 times.
Oh yeah.
And that was your third one.
No, the first one was down to Medi.
Yeah.
And the skipper said, "Are you coming back on this, Chips?" "Yeah," I said, "I've swallowed the anchor." She was seen off that next trip.
So that was a different ship, yeah.
Yeah, the Little League trip. She was seen off on the next trip.
Yeah. Was your other one to America then, the second one?
The second one was more Algiers. No, that was Medi. First one, as I say, we went to Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
I always remember that little Arab boy. "Me carry your bag, Jeff, me carry your bag." And I had half a sack of Jaffa oranges I was bringing back to the ship.
Yeah.
And his big brown eyes stuck out, looked so lovely. And he must have only been about 8 years of age. "We carry your bag, sir." "There it is." I put it onto his back, and he carried all the way down the quay wall to the ship. He dropped the bag down, and he stood there looking at me with his big little brown eyes. And I put my hand in my pocket. And I gave him all I had. It must have been in piastres, it must have been enough of £2 in our money. It must have been about a month's wages for his father.
Yeah.
And he backed out saying, me thank you. And I said, "Hey, I'll mind you don't go in the dock." Walking up the gangway, I got insulted. Chief officer and the chief engineer and somebody else was sitting on the gangway. And he said, "Well, what did you give all that for?" I said, "It's no use to me now." I said, "I'm going back home," I said. "I said, "You ruined it for everybody else," he said. I said, "You're being so cheerful," I said, "but it keeps me going." I said, "You miserable lot."
Another appointment just to find definitely out. 6th of August is our book for, I think it was.
Yeah. But will they book you in again?
Pardon?
Will they book you in again?
I don't know. They won't. They'll only book me for an appointment. I won't know when I'll have them done. I don't know what
Well,
will
you might
happen,
as
really.
well try, mightn't you? But one's all right, and she can see very well now with one. But the other one went.
How old's Auntie Lily then? How old is Auntie Lily?
I think she'll be 78.
Hmm?
She was born 1913.
That's what I remember he's got.
That's right, 70,000,
78 this year, I think.
With 15.
You're 1915.
Yeah.
70,000, 78 next birthday.
78 next birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's right.
Unless it's about, he'll be 80 really this year, like.
He was a few years older now.
He's older than Lily, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
he's good, isn't she? Hey?
He'll be 80 really.
I don't know, he was a bit older,
I
wasn't
don't know whether
he?
it's 12 months or 2 years.
He's still alive, why? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. But he's a good photographer.
We'll try and get you a more clear one.
Yes, it's not quite clear,
Yeah.
is it?
No, and it's
I thought that somebody stole mine. I don't know whether to be one of the boys or audio or what, but they must have taken it as a treasure because it was so good of everyone, wasn't it?
oh, it was good at the time.
It's very blurred.
No.
I can see where they are.
Well, for somebody stuck it.
Lorraine won't. She won't stay downstairs, Lorraine. She won't go in.
Thursday.
Moving on Thursday.
Near Eunice.
Eunice,
Oh,
Nantwich.
near Eunice.
Yeah.
Nantwich.
We went to see Elsie on, when was it?
I see Elsie on Friday.
Oh, you saw her last
Thursday,
night?
no,
Yeah.
oh,
I saw her
Friday.
last Monday. Frida's very good. She picked her mother up and then it's called and picked me up and I had dinner and my tea on Monday with Frida. She's awfully good. It breaks the monotony for me.
Yeah, well, you do see a bit more, don't you? Being here, you see a bit more.
Well, not really, only
Yeah.
apart from Frida.
Yeah.
Emma's left. You know Emma
Yeah.
that works here. Well, she goes to university next Friday.
That's
Which one? Which?
Exeter.
Oh, Exeter.
Hmm.
That's the boy that was
There's 5 of the staff left on Friday.
5.
5.
Because of university.
Oh no, 5 of the staff. No. The 2 are going to South Africa for 3 months, and I think they're going to try and get some nursing in.
Yes.
And another nice person. She's going to another home.
Yes.
It's nearer her own home. Instead of her getting trains in the morning, she only walk over the road. Well, you don't blame them for that.
No.
And another lady that did nights is going into taking care in sheltered accommodation for people. You know, be the lady in care, in charge.
Yes.
So that's
Right.
fine.
You guys did.
Well,
You got trouble, hasn't he, Ronnie?
Ron and Val are on holiday for a few
Yes,
days.
and not the Lake District.
Have they taken the dog?
Yeah, they always goes everywhere with them.
Cats, are they here?
Oh, they don't take the cat. Sarah.
Sam.
It's a one.
Sam cat. Sam's as big as a dog. Big one, isn't it?
and walking's bad, isn't it?
Oh, yes, she's been all bad for years.
Gets no better.
There's no cure.
No.
You'll never get any different.
No.
I fell here on Thursday night. I just can't get my arm up to do my hair or anything. That's about 5 falls I've had since I've been here.
Hmm.
Don't know
I think
what's happening.
Grace Jones didn't stay then.
Pardon?
Grace Jones didn't stay.
No.
She wasn't well enough.
It was too much for them to manage here. And she must have fell in the toilet. And there was 2 of the staff couldn't get her up. And Val came and she made the 3rd. She couldn't get her up and had to get Ron in. She said she was too much. So she went into a nursing home. I don't know what nursing home this is. You're on together and give more attention than they give here, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know what happened. There's only one.
Is there? Dear me, that's all Murray Hole.
That's it. Only one.
I think that was Mrs. Brash.
Oh, Mrs. Brash still going, isn't she? Oh,
Yeah.
and
Bobby.
Bobby Brash.
Bobby Brush.
Bobby Brash.
I don't know which one.
Do you remember Bobby Brash?
I remember Bobby Brash, yes.
Yeah, well,
He
he's
rides a
still,
motorbike, doesn't
he's
he?
still going.
Be his wife.
And his wife, yeah. They're all right.
Motorbike was a
Not talking
cycle.
about Mr. Bragg.
No, Brad,
Oh,
he's gone.
Mrs. Bragg.
Oh, I don't know Mrs. Brad. I suppose they're all growing old. You better be careful, you two.
Yeah.
Is that working now, Bob?
It's,
If you come up on the left to walk up.
yeah, you can come 6 by now. Oh, you pull the capsicum.
Yeah, you can natter away now.
Hey. It picks up the voices as well. You talking. you talking as well.
Can they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's recording all four of you at the moment. And when we go home, you'll be on television. We'll connect this all up to the television.
On the television.
I can't hear.
Can't
Well, I
hear,
never
no.
watch it here.
No,
I
she
never
can't see it.
watched
You
it.
see, can't see it and can't hear it very well unless it's very loud.
So you'll be there for keeps then? You'll be there for keeps?
Yeah.
They'll be able to see you when we go home?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.